Welcome back to the cutting board. Today we have Vera Schioppo with us, and Vera is going to be making a dessert. Which dessert are you making for us?
Today I would like to show you how to make vegan brownies with roasted walnuts.
Now, brownies are a really moist dessert, so I'd like to see how you're going to do this. Which ingredients are we using today?
Today we will use all-purpose flour, brown sugar, CAROB powder, baking soda, some salt, roasted walnuts, some soy milk, oil, but it's better to not use olive oil in your recipe, so I will use just regular canola oil.
If you use oil, olive oil, and it's going to change the flavor.
Taste, yes.
Right.
It's not the best option.
So canola oil, or you could use vegetable oil there.
Yes, exactly, and some lemon juice.
And some lemon juice. Now, I want to say that that's a lot of salt.
Yes, I will not use all this salt,
Okay.
just a pinch of salt.
All right, okay, good. So we know the ingredients that we're going to be using for this recipe. How are we going to combine them?
It's a very difficult process. I will just mix all the ingredients in
All
a bowl,
right.
and that's it. I will start with the dry ingredients, and after I will add the liquid. So I will put here 450 grams of all-purpose flour.
So in the recipe, because baking's really precise, Vera's going to be doing things in grams.
Yes, it's better. It's better in grams. It's more precise.
In the recipe below, you will see the conversions that have the amounts in cups as well.
Exactly. I have here 300 grams of brown sugar, 4 or 5 tablespoons of CAROB powder. It's pre-sifted. And now can you add just a pinch of salt?
All right, just a pinch of salt.
Thank you so much. And now all we need to do is to mix well all the dry ingredients. And after we have this very well incorporated, all the ingredients, we will start to add the liquid. So if you can help me, yes, with the soy milk. Yeah, you can put everything.
All right.
Thank you. And the oil also.
All the wet ingredients.
Yes, all the wet
How much
ingredients.
oil do we have here?
I have here 150 milliliters.
Okay.
And here I had 450 milliliters.
All right. And the lemon?
2 teaspoons.
2
The
teaspoons
lemon
of
juice,
lemon.
yes, the lemon juice and the baking soda generally have to be the same quantity. It's very important when we bake vegan recipes and we don't have eggs, we need to have exactly the same quantity of baking soda and lemon juice because we need the same quantity of acid and base to have the perfect balance. So we'll just mix everything carefully, not over mix this because we will activate the gluten. So
You don't want to do that.
No, because the brownies will not be very fluffy and moist.
You don't get that sponginess.
Exactly. And now everything is ready. All we have to do is to pour everything in a baking pan lined with parchment paper.
Parchment paper. So we line this so that we can take it out very easily.
Exactly. And we avoid everything to be burned at the end.
I'll use the spatula here.
If you can help me,
of
yes,
course.
this will be
We'll get the
wonderful.
last part out here with the spatula.
Yes, this is so good, you don't want to lose anything.
That's right.
And now I will just add the walnuts. If you want to,
Break them up.
yes, to do this with me, just maybe in half, to not be very big. Just in a half.
Just on half of
Yes.
this.
I will keep half plain and half with walnuts. I will tell you later why. I have a surprise for you.
Most people like walnuts in baking, so it wouldn't be because you don't like the walnuts. Must be
No.
doing something else with it.
Yes, something better.
Something better.
Okay,
So this is going to go into the oven.
yes.
It's been preheated to what temperature?
350 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius.
Okay.
Between 35 minutes and 40 minutes.
What are you looking for to know that it's done?
To be a little bit crunchy on the top and still moist when you press it, just
When
a
you
little
press
bit.
it.
Yes.
So we're going to get this in the oven and then we're going to come back. So we got the brownie here and looks like the brownie and feels like the brownie. You can tell the texture.
It's very fluffy.
You got a fluffy sponge here. Now I'm glad and I want to eat this, but you cut this part off. You said you were going to do something with it that was
Yes.
different. Other than the walnuts on this one, what are you going to do with this one that makes it different?
I told you I have a surprise for you.
Yep.
I hope you like cakes.
Sure.
Because what I want to do with this one is just to show you that with the same recipe, you can make a lot of things. So with the same sponge, but without walnuts, you can make a cake sponge. And now I will show you exactly the steps how to make a delicious vegan chocolate cake.
All right, let's try that. I'm going to put this aside for a moment.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and try this.
First of all, to make a cake from this sponge, we need to have 2 layers. So I will try to cut this in half, or if you prefer smaller layers, you can cut it in 3, but for me, it's just fine too. And this is ready. Now we have 2 layers. What I will do now is just to add some simple syrup.
So equal parts water, sugar.
Sugar, exactly. And I just added 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You want this to be very, very moist, and you have to be very patient to absorb everything.
Well, it's definitely called a sponge for a reason.
Yes, because as you can see, all the liquid goes inside quite fast.
So we're going to put simple syrup on both sides of the cake.
Yes.
As it already looks really moist, this is just going to make it more moist.
That's it. And we will mix together 1 cup of Nutriwhip. It's like whipping cream, but it's the vegan version.
So this is vegan whipping cream that you generally find in Canada. If you don't have access to this, you can use coconut cream as well.
Exactly.
You can whip coconut cream to get the same consistency.
Exactly. You can use coconut cream. And I have here 1 cup of chocolate carob chips. Actually, it's carob chips.
Carob chips.
Melted in half a cup of soy milk.
So half a cup of soy milk.
Exactly.
Put in the carob chips and melted it down.
Melted together, yeah. But important, very important is to leave this to cool at room temperature. So not use this when it's very hot or warm. It's at room temperature. So have this consistency, because if this is very warm, this will melt.
It'll just melt into it. So this has cooled down already?
Yes. It's ready to be mixed with the whipping cream.
So this in here?
Yes.
Combine these together and just fold it in?
Yes.
Am I doing this okay?
Yes, you are doing very well. What we are looking for is an even color. And while you are mixing, I will add 1 more time some syrup, because another important thing is when you work with vegan sponges, you have to add a second time the syrup, because the sponge is not exactly as fluffy as the one with eggs. Okay. So we will add 1 more time, and we are almost ready. The next step is just to add this delicious frosting here. This is very light, it's not very sweet, but it's very, very light.
So it's not as
chocolatey.
The carob is not as sweet as a chocolate would be, but you're getting the right flavor, but you're also getting that nice fluffiness.
Exactly.
I suppose that there's a whole bunch of different things that you could actually do in the filling here.
Of course.
Jams and different things.
Exactly. I choose this just because I wanted to be a chocolate cake, carob chocolate cake. But you can use, for example, jam, whipping cream, whatever you like.
I think raspberries would go really well with this too.
Yes, and orange. Okay, perfect. Now all we need to do is to add this one.
Carefully.
Yes, because it's very fragile now. I will press just a little bit to go the frosting to the edges. And now I will try to add this on the top. This is the same thing like the other one, like a ganache, but it's a little bit more warm. So this is the consistency when it's a little bit more. Just to give it a shiny
finish. Shiny top.
Shiny top, yes.
I'm getting anxious to eat this.
I hope you'll like it.
Now, you did mention a ganache. We should tell people what that is.
Yes, the ganache is a combination between chocolate chips or carob chips and whipping cream or milk.
So that's what we've done here.
It's ready. And now I just want to, oh, thank you so much, perfect. I just want to level this a little bit more to have more finished look.
Take your time. So this part over here, this here, are we gonna use this again?
No. Feel free to enjoy.
Oh, thanks.
This is ready. Now we have to leave this for at least 3-4 hours in the fridge because all that syrup will go in the sponge and all the flavors will combine in a delicious way.
So I gotta wait 3 hours to eat this?
Bad news for you.
See you in 3 hours. I know that patience is a virtue, but knowing that I'm getting cake in 3 hours was kind of tough. It's actually been a little bit more than 3 hours because these look beautiful. So you went ahead and decorated these, and we're gonna try. I'm gonna start with the
with the brownies,
classic,
the plain brownies with the roasted walnuts.
So we were looking for that spongy quality. We got that perfect from the brownie, and I'm gonna take a piece here.
The moment of truth.
That is absolutely delicious. Exactly the texture that you want from the brownie, like you know you're getting a brownie. That's amazing. So
I'm
now,
happy.
chocolate cake.
Yes, this was the surprise for you, so I hope this will be a very pleasant surprise.
It is an awesome surprise.
Okay.
So you can see there the layers of the cake. A nice big piece there.
I have more, if you want.
That's so good. Vera, thank you so much for coming
welcome. It was
and
my
showing us
pleasure.
how to make this. And I'm sure that you're already thinking about how you're gonna make this and all the other variations of cake that you can make with this sponge. Thanks again. Join us again on the cutting board for more great recipes just like this.